I miss you. Like the
Okay,
devil
we're
missed
going there?
the- Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
That's how I started this one.
Merry Christmas, my brother.
Merry Christmas, guys!
Wishing you all a Merry Christmas and
Merry fucking Christmas!
Woo! Oh, we'll get that down. It's good
Yeah.
stuff. It's good
Welcome
stuff.
to the Christmas special.
The Christmas special.
Back here, as Ben said, ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho.
Great. Welcome to the journal, page 2.
Page 2.
Page 2.
It's good to be back.
It's great to be
I
back.
think it's been about a week since we last sat down and had a chat.
Yeah,
And lots of things.
lots of things.
have
First of
occurred.
all, blessed. We are blessed for the support on the first episode.
We are. It's got what, 100 and...
I would have been happy.
views.
I would have been happy just if the family watched it.
I would be happy if we
Let
just
alone
watched it together.
any of you beautiful people that watched it.
Yeah.
Blessed. We're
Blessed.
truly blessed.
And if you're back watching it for the second time, what are you doing with your life? I'm just joking.
Great things.
Great
clearly.
things, great things.
Starting off, how are you?
Yeah, mate, I'm good.
Good?
I'm really good. Actually, I'm a lot
Genuinely
better than last
Better than last week's one.
last time. I'm a lot better.
Did
And I don't know why, but I'm feeling a lot more energy now, which is
Feeling
really
good
good.
today.
Yeah, and I think
love
it's
it.
because the mindset's in the right place. So New Year's is around the corner.
guy doesn't care about me.
Oh, how are you?
Yeah, look, man.
Sorry.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Are you horrible?
I've
I didn't
had a
want to
terrible
ask.
week. No, I just thought maybe you would want to ask me.
Have you actually had a
Maybe
bad
you
week?
care. No, I've had a great week.
That's awesome.
I just thought you'd want to know.
I do want to know.
That's all I'm saying.
I do want to know.
No, I had a very good week. Obviously, the reception from last week's
Made you feel
made me feel very happy.
very happy. That's good.
Even if those people hated listening.
I got
Just the fact that
I
they
got,
wanted to
I got
listen?
someone saying podcast equipment should be more expensive.
Yeah. First of all, so original.
So original.
Second of all, this is the journal.
This is the journal. It's not a
It's
podcast.
not a podcast.
It's a journal.
It's mainly for me and you,
It is.
but we just want to share it.
We
That's the thing.
do. I reckon I feel a bit more comfortable in front of the camera this week.
Wow, it's almost like you've had practice now.
I know, practice makes perfect. Actually, perfect practice.
No, good practice
Makes
perfect. Good. Well, great intro. First thing I want to ask. This is a surprise one. We have not discussed.
Oh, we haven't?
discussed this beforehand.
Jeez.
I
What
told
am I myself
Ben-
into?
I said, you're not going to know what the first topic of today is, because I want his just honest opinion.
Raw.
So it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
On theme, best Christmas movie.
Best Christmas. Ah!
So
this is
straight
a
off
good
the bat-
question.
Best Christmas movies in general.
Can it be my favorite Christmas movie that I watch?
Best Christmas movie.
That-
That's up to interpretation.
That'd have to be Nacho Libre. There is no better Christmas movie than Nacho Libre.
For anyone watching, I have Nacho Libre listed
You do.
on the page here, because I wanted to see what he would say. And Nacho
Nacho
Libre.
Ignacio.
It's the best.
It is the best.
It's the best. Now, why is it the best? Why is it a Christmas movie?
It's a Christmas movie because it brings my family together.
Joy.
On Christmas.
Joy. What's Christmas about?
It's about celebrating the birth of Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. And Nacho Libre was a religious man. But he did some of
Very,
the bad things.
very.
He was wrestling.
But it was for the children.
It was.
That's
It
the thing.
was to create
If you
Good
think about
food.
a lot of the themes in the movie, very Christmassy.
very Christmassy.
What did he do? He did things that were selfless. He went
did.
into the wrestling not for the fame, not for the glory,
With
even
the
though,
bit
even
of
though he did want to be the
Ramses.
best. But he did it so he could help out the
He
children,
wanted
help out
to
the
beat
church.
Ramses. Because
Yeah.
Ramses is the best.
Yeah.
But he wanted to be better. And
But for the children. That's
he
what I'm
did
trying
what
to say.
providing gifts.
That's what I'm trying to
and
say.
good food for the children.
Entire
so-
movie for Nacho, it's about giving, and that's what
It is
Christmas
about
is
giving.
about. It's about giving.
But if we're going on pure like Santa Claus is in the movie,
Okay, I
Have you written some?
I've written down what
you think I'm going to say?
two things that I will accept from you. Your thoughts?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, great. Which one?
number 1.
Oh.
What did you say? Number 2?
No, keep going.
Santa Claus.
Mhm.
Haven't watched this in quite a few years, but that's got to
With
be
Tim Allen.
With Tim Allen.
Great movie.
And then the other one would be Elf.
Okay, generic answer, but good movie.
Good movie. Yeah.
I had here Santa Claus, the Santa Claus.
Which one?
Number 3 in particular. You know why? Jack Frost.
Oh, number 3 is the best.
Jack Frost. Martin Short. Perfect little crazy.
Jack Frost.
Yeah, Jack Frost. He is definition of a slick Rick, if you ask me.
Slick Rick.
He's a slick Rick. Then I put the Grinch. Also
The Grinch,
generic,
yeah.
but
It was
Jim
out of
Carrey.
Grinch and Elf.
Jim Carrey, incredible movie.
It is.
Big fan. You got the Whovilles.
Whoville.
You got the Whovilles. Well, following on from... Anyway, if you haven't seen Nacho Libre, by the way, Jack Black, give it a watch.
I only watch it at Christmas.
Only watch it at Christmas, because it's a Christmas movie. But it's great. It is literally the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
We want to be the best.
Speaking of movies, best movie quotes.
Best movie quotes has got to be Talladega.
That's very excited right now.
I love movies, man.
Good.
Best movie quotes Talladega Nights. If you ain't first, you're last.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is really, like, it interprets into real life.
I'd say that's more like a life motto than a movie quote.
Well, we usually say if you ain't first, you're last.
Yeah.
And
If you're not winning, you're losing, basically.
if you're second place,
Yeah.
would it be better to be second place or
Mm.
last?
Like, I have a question for you that's just related to that.
Shoot, partner.
Partner, I like that. Give me some skin.
Partner.
I like that. I have a question for you, just on that topic. Do you know who was the first guy to land on the moon?
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, the guy with one testicle?
I think it was Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. Exactly. Who is the second guy?
Never heard of him. Did they even do it? Have they been to the moon since?
That's a whole other thing. Is the moon landing real?
Who was the
We
first
do not have enough time
person?
today to
Who was
talk
the
about
first
it.
person to lift 500 kilos?
But if you ask me who the second person was, I'll be able to tell you.
I know,
That's the thing.
but the dad weighed the
Yeah.
plates, so
But my point is, the first person to land on the moon.
You do.
Neil, I believe. Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong.
Second person, you don't
Never
know.
heard
I
of him.
think maybe it was Buzz Aldrin. Maybe
Wasn't Buzz on the original?
Buzz Lightyear.
I think it was Buzz.
But
Buzz.
that's my point. Everybody would, most people would be able to tell you the first. But
No
it
one
was
knows
second.
the second.
But yeah, if you ain't first, you're last.
That's
Last.
a good movie quote.
What else? I'll tell you one of my favorites straight off the bat.
You know this one.
Huh?
You know this one.
Do you know this one?
I don't know this one. I haven't heard.
Well, how do you know that I know it?
No, I'm just asking. You know this off by
Okay.
heart.
Hey, it's got 2 gas tanks.
That's from.
And tell me, is that it's twice the gas, buddy?
It's twice the gas.
It's twice the gas.
Why not have one big gas tank?
It's twice the gas, buddy.
I can see.
2 gas tanks.
I can see why.
It's twice the gas.
Hope you like
For
smoking.
those of you that don't know, The Vacation, Ed Helms.
Yeah. Hope you like smoking.
It's got 6 ashtrays.
6 ashtrays.
That's another great one.
So, two of the probably really good movies there.
Yep, The Vacation and Talladega Nights. Very serious movies. So definitely, if you're feeling like good, not the kind of... They're very full on.
Yeah.
Not the kind of movie to watch.
Very full on.
Then you got Jack LeMay.
I was just thinking Jack LeMay.
Jack LeMay.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego.
Anchorman has some filthy good quotes.
It does.
It does. But I reckon that's probably as far as we go into.
As far,
that.
yeah.
I think that was good.
We'll bring it back to
I think we move
serious.
on.
We're a bit serious here, so.
A lot more serious.
But it is the Christmas special.
It's
so
Christmas special.
We're
We're
have
just
a bit of
trying
fun.
to share a bit of
We
the
downed
love,
a bottle of eggnog
the
each.
Christmas cheer. I'm a couple of brandies deep.
Yeah, actually,
So-
we're sober this
Yeah,
this podcast, this journal page,
this page.
this page. We wanted to be sober because it's good to just
Got to practice what we preach.
Yeah.
First one, we were a little bit nervous. So
Never
a
know.
little bit of wine. No, stone cold.
Stone cold.
Stone cold. Bit of wine and a cigar. But today, it was raining.
We
gotta
just
be
went to- we
inside,
went to
wanna be
work.
responsible. Work. It's Christmas, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
We went to
Wait,
work.
wait. We're filming this
Sorry,
on
didn't
Christmas.
know. Are you an elf?
Were you in
This
the
guy-
North Pole?
Were you hugging Santa on his sleigh?
I think I was.
Because work, guys, an
I
elf
was
now.
helping
Guys, an
Santa.
elf. So you're an elf. You work for Santa, yet still forgot to get me a Christmas present.
No.
Still
I got you a Christmas
forgot
present. I got you a Christmas
to get
present.
A Christmas
I got you a Christmas
present.
present. Yeah.
Just saying. Work. This guy has
Yeah.
work on Christmas Day. Anyway, very truly moving on seriously. In terms of some advice for the people.
Advice.
Ooh, recommendation. I don't want to say.
Oh,
remember, nothing
we're no
is
doctors
advice. Everything is a guideline. Not even a guideline. It's a recommendation.
It's what I would do personally.
Yeah, throwback to last week.
You know, what I would do personally, what you might do,
Absolutely.
and what people might want to. You don't have to take what we
No,
say.
Not at all.
But
We're going to be talking a little bit about supplements.
my favorite thing in the
Supplements. We work at a supplement shop.
world. We do.
As people may recall from last
We
week.
do.
Supplement tier rating. I want to go over in terms of, because even at our store, love the supplements.
Love.
There's a lot of stuff you absolutely do
Don't
not
need.
Not at all. Do not
You're wasting
need.
your money.
Yeah, but still, spend it.
Spend it at
But-
the store.
Supplement tier rating, top 5. I want to
Top
know
five.
your thoughts. Top 5 most important
From number
supplements.
5 till
Any
what?
order.
Any order. So they're just
Any
all
order.
5. There's no
Any
order. I would say creatine, the number 1 studied in the store.
Not even. Number 1 supplement that has been
Ever.
studied.
Ever would
Over
be
70
creatine.
years of research.
And it just came out that it helps with brain function at a higher dose from 10 to 20 grams.
You want to? You got to be locked in.
You want to be locked in.
You want to be locked in.
And so I've
So
actually
it's
been
not just-
experimenting with 10 grams a day.
Filthy.
And I don't know if you can tell, but I'm on the ball.
Guy,
I'm
you
on
know
the
what?
ball.
You're reminding me of Bradley Cooper from Limitless.
Limitless. From creatine,
Yeah,
10 grams a day.
I think the other 60% of your brain has been unlocked.
I think 60% of my brain is creatine. I think it is.
At this rate, possibly.
I think so.
Creatine, just to say, could not agree with you more. It has
Perfect.
made my top 5 list as well.
Let's go.
Number 2,
Number 2,
but not necessarily number 2, but the second one.
magnesium. Magnesium, specifically, there's 2 types that I really, really love, and then I take every day.
Mm-hmm.
Magnesium glycinate
Yes,
and
one of the pinnacles, and
magnesium L-threonate.
yes, correct.
And I take these 2
Also
different
known
times.
just as magnesium threonate.
Yes. Magnesium. Is it magnesium L-threonate? Or is it just magnesium?
Did you add the L?
Maybe I added it.
Maybe you added
Maybe
the
I'm
L.
thinking of L-theanine.
Guys, thinking of all the amino acids.
I'm-
Magnesium L-threonate. Now, I'm sure I already know this.
You do know this.
But glycinate purposes, what's it good for?
So, you know when you get those little eye twitches?
Mm-hmm.
It does help relieve those eye twitches.
Mm.
So, it helps with calming your nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps with your actual body and just
Mhm.
calming your body down and recovering.
Muscle recovery.
Recovering.
Glycinate.
Magnesium
Also,
threonate.
Sleep.
Sleep. 100%.
Glycinate. Magnesium glycinate with...
Yes.
What else? What's amazing to pair with magnesium glycinate?
L-theanine.
L-theanine.
And
And...
apigenin.
No, I was just going to say, yes, and apigenin.
That's
but
Dr.
magnesium
Huberman.
glycinate or biglycinate,
Yeah.
it under very different forms, but glycinate. Also, just for sleep with pure glycine, am I right?
100%.
Glycine, great for sleep.
Glycine. I actually super dose glycine
Yeah, yeah.
at 8 grams a day.
And Guy hibernates.
I sleep very
He
well.
hibernates.
Very well.
But yeah, so magnesium glycinate, great for sleep.
It is.
Great for muscle recovery. Great for overall reduction in stress.
Cortisol lowering.
Cortisol, and great for recovery. Amazing. Magnesium, L-threonate.
3 and 8. So I
Tell
take
me.
that actually in the morning.
I've started doing this.
You've started. How do you feel? You look great.
Well, I feel great.
You do look
And
great.
it's because a lot of people and even studies or scientists have been saying threonate amazing for sleep because pierces the blood-brain barrier, doesn't it? Enters
Amazing for sleep.
your brain. But
There's a but.
there is a but. As much as it does do that, due to the fact that it pierces the blood-brain barrier, it is actually exceptional for cognitive function. Especially in this day and age, there is an increasing amount of people with ADHD.
100%.
Magnesium is one of the things required to produce dopamine.
Yes.
And dopamine production really helps people with ADHD.
Yes.
So therefore, a magnesium form that pierces the blood-brain barrier helps you produce more dopamine. Going to be amazing for your cognitive function.
100%. On this topic,
Yes.
the next supplement I've got on the list pairs perfectly with magnesium. Because
magnesium in general.
magnesium in
Love
general,
it.
because paired together,
So this would be number 3.
number 3, paired together, it helps absorb it and creates, sometimes you can have toxicity from this product. That would be vitamin D3. Usually paired with K2.
That's my preference of taking a vitamin D with
But
K2.
if you pair it with also magnesium, you will find that the absorption is a lot better
Wonderful.
and less toxic.
We all want more absorption.
We do.
If you're taking supplements, you don't want to waste it, do you?
Why would you? That's
You wanna waste
expensive piss.
Yeah.
You
You
don't
want to
want that.
absorb as much as possible.
So if you
Great.
pair those
First of all,
together,
1, 2, and 3,
Perfect.
creatine, magnesium, vitamin D, all on my list here.
perfect.
Particularly vitamin D paired with K2,
Yep.
D3 in particular.
And if you're already taking the magnesium,
And if you're already taking the
you're
magnesium,
perfect.
great.
So
That's the first 3. Vitamin
Vitamin
D,
D.
why?
why?
Benefits.
Think about the sun.
Talk to me like I'm a baby.
Sun, good. Vitamin D3.
Maybe like a 7-year-old.
Okay. So when you sit out in the sun,
I was expecting ooh goo goo
Ooh,
gaga.
when you sit out in the sun, so vitamin D is the one thing that your body actually doesn't create, and you have to get.
Well, there's
that.
a lot more that we don't.
Oh,
do
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. But in
In-
terms
in
of
this list, in this list.
and something that is extremely important for hormone production.
Hormone production, testosterone,
that we have to get
mood,
through outside of our own bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so you have to get it from exogenous. Great word.
Give me a handshake. Fantastic
I'm on the ball. I took
my friend.
some ginkgo biloba, uridine,
He's
alpha
feeling-
GPC, vitamin
He's
B1,
absolutely wide in right now.
Katawaba, and I'm feeling
He's
good.
wide in right now.
I'm feeling smart. I'm feeling
Great.
good.
So vitamin D have to get exogenously.
Yeah, so you can get it from the sun,
Mm-hmm.
but if you live in a place where there's not much sun, you want to supplement with it. I like it in higher doses for its immune boosting effects
As
as well.
do I, as well as its help with hormone production.
Hormone production.
Like in males, testosterone,
So-
a healthy balance of hormone production in general.
It actually helps with your joints as well.
It does.
Joint
It's very
health.
good.
There is a level of toxicity you can get from this.
Absolutely, and that's why if you are going to mega dose, K2 is very
K2.
important, isn't it?
It is. Moving on, shall we?
Yeah. Oh, other thing is, even I believe we live in Australia. Ooh,
Doxed.
ooh. Doxed.
Ooh.
Maybe beat that one out.
Sydney.
Sydney. But even so, we work inside jobs, don't
We
we?
do work in a
So,
lot of society
people do,
live.
right?
Work.
Most
At a
of
desk.
Australia vitamin D deficient.
They are.
Even with the beautiful, sometimes scorching hot sun that we have,
Especially in summer.
especially in summer. So, recommendation: supplement vitamin D anyway. Would you
Anyway.
agree?
Anyway,
I'd say
100%.
1,000 IU a day, just
As the bare
As-
minimum.
yeah. As
What do
if you're
we
interested in
do
this,
as...
1,000 IU a day.
What do
I
you
think
do?
Will show that. Oh mate, I'm between 5 and 10,000 IU.
I'm
per
between
day.
5 and 10 as well.
Yeah.
Don't take what we
And I
do.
feel great.
I do feel
great.
great.
Had my
yeah.
blood work done. Upper end of the spectrum.
Always got to be up.
Great. Don't want to be average.
No. If you're in for us, you're last.
So that was number 3.
All right, number
Number
four.
4.
The one of the most well-known ones, especially in old bodybuilding days as well. They said you need to take this, you need to take this. That would be omega-3s. So fish oil. You can also get it, vegan versions as well. But omega-3 supplementation, 1.5 grams a day is what I take.
Fish oil, primarily if you can, yeah? Obviously you can get, Obviously you can get omega-3 fatty acids that are plant-based.
Yeah, you can.
But ideally from fish, right?
From fish,
and also very sorry to cut you off.
No.
But something, a fish oil very high in EPAs.
EPAs
correct?
and DHA.
And DHA.
Yeah.
Very important.
So that will help with your inflammation,
And
your brain function,
also something that people don't know, joint lubrication.
joint lubrication.
You don't want to be squeaky and rusty like a robot.
You don't. So you want to be taking this in the morning, you would say? You don't.
Morning.
When do you not want to be taking this, Daniel?
You tell me.
I'm thinking post-training.
Interesting. Enlighten
The
me.
reason
Enlighten
being
me.
is if you get rid of that inflammation from your body as soon as you train, your body won't adapt to the stimulus that you put it through whilst training.
Correct, because growth in the gym is a bodily response to stress that you then have stimulated the growth, the
breakdown
recruitment of new muscle cells
Fibers.
and fibers and joint load as well that your body can now handle because it has experienced. Oh my! We almost didn't survive that.
How must we adapt?
And this is a stressful moment,
Yes.
and we need to change. We need to adapt to what just happened.
Yeah, but if you take an omega-3 or an anti-inflammatory,
Antioxidants as well, because they can be
Vitamin C,
anti-inflammatory.
yes.
Vitamin C.
you won't get these benefits from training. You might get some,
You'll still grow.
but if you want to be optimal, which we do want to be,
Correct.
you will not get all of the benefits.
But overall, great for cognitive function. Great for joint lubrication. Great for anti-inflammatory.
Heart health. Yeah,
Fish oil. Amazing.
start taking it.
It's on my list as well.
Awesome.
Now,
The
lucky
fifth,
last.
last one. If
Last, but definitely not the least.
not the least, would be, you know what? A lot of people underestimate this supplement.
I agree, because I already know what it is.
It's electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people go, they don't need it. Oh, I don't need it.
I've heard this phrase before. Oh, but I drink enough water.
Guess what?
I'm
I'm
hydrated. I drink enough water.
You drink enough water?
Yeah. So I'm hydrated.
It's your electrolyte balance is all off, bro.
Yeah. Why?
Because
But I'm drinking liters, bro.
liters.
I'm drinking
You're flushing
liters.
out your electrolytes.
And would that be because bodily hydration, actually comes from an electrolyte balance?
It does.
And not from just
Water intake.
me consuming liters upon liters of water.
And when people say I drink so much water, I go, "What are you doing? Do you want to?"
No, water's great.
Oh, water's great.
But needed something, and doesn't even have to be electrolytes, does it?
No.
A little bit of salt in the
A
water.
little bit of salt, a little bit of sodium. You're on.
Great. Because this is going to reduce cramping.
Cramping.
It's also going to help with electrolysis in your body.
Yes, and
How your neurons fire.
electrons, electrolytes.
Yeah.
It's in the
It's in the name.
It's in the name.
I've actually started doing something. Started this week. Has helped me a lot so far.
Yes.
Instead of, I don't do this personally. I always wait 90 minutes after waking to have caffeine so that I can let my body run its natural course of tiredness and all of this and cortisol. And after 90 minutes, I'll have my first hit of caffeine for the day.
Good.
What I've been doing first thing in the morning, I have a little sachet of electrolytes next to my bed
Ooh.
with a full 700 ml of water.
Perfect.
Wake up, electrolytes in, slam it first thing in the
Slam
morning.
it.
Slam it. Because I've just
Do
gone...
you drink water while you sleep?
Well, no, exactly. So I've just gone hours
Without anything?
without any water.
Any food or anything?
Secondly, if I just sculled 700 ml, a litre of water in the morning, I'd flush myself further. I haven't had any electrolytes yet.
It's getting me angry.
So, electrolytes get my body to start firing the way it should, and then I go about my day. It has been life-changing for me.
100%.
I think more people should put value on electrolytes, but that being number 5, couldn't agree more.
That's a great list.
And that is the list. If there's 5 supplements that we would recommend that you take
That we take.
and that we recommend that we should take,
Yeah, that we should take, yeah.
it would absolutely be those 5.
100%.
Now, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. One thing I wanted to talk about is avoiding weight gain over the holiday period. Very, very stressful thing for a lot of people, I feel like.
Yeah.
Weight gain, they go, I've got all my family Christmas lunches.
I feel obliged to eat all the food.
I feel like I have to be, and also it's good food.
It's great
It's just
food.
good food. So, what are some things we can do to alleviate the stress of the weight gain during holiday period? Number 1 that I would say, first of all, don't stress too much.
Don't stress.
Don't stress too much. Because if you do, and that gets you into a cycle of stressing about eating too much with the family or at these different Christmas
putting on
catch-ups,
weight.
and that you're going to put on weight. First of all, cortisol, terrible for fat loss. Very inflammatory, very bad for your hormone production. If you're overly stressed about this and not everything's firing properly, it's going to affect when you do get back on track.
It would actually be better to just eat.
Well, just
food.
you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Just enjoy
it and not feeling
Don't feel guilty about it, because that can also lead on to another thing that I'd said I was going to reference is people will often feel really guilty about it, overly restrict the next day, overly restrict, maybe have a fasting day, whatever it is. But
What's
then
that gonna
after
do?
that, you're gonna be extra hungry. You're going to get to your next family, Christmas, Friendmas, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're going to overindulge and you're going to repeat that cycle.
It's not a healthy cycle.
So, tip number 1, summary overall, just enjoy the Christmas period.
Enjoy it. There's a lot of celebrations over this period.
Be a little bit mindful. You know, don't just force it down because you feel like, oh, but I don't get another chance. But enjoy it.
Have a little bit of it.
Have a little bit of everything. Enjoy all the good food.
Don't make
that you
yourself
wanna have.
sick by eating all this food.
And then
you know
and
your
then
body well enough.
Have a few drinks, but again, don't go overboard. We got New Year's
No.
coming up. You'll get to be a degenerate then.
Yes.
That's number 1. Number 2, that I have, just get back on track. Don't worry about the overly restrictive.
This period.
Don't worry about this period.
But have the awareness.
Have those days. Be mindful. Have the awareness. And if weight loss or being fitter or healthier, whatever the goal was, just go back to what was happening before.
And just
get back on track, get back to the things that you were doing, and just leave that as a little break, because it's the Christmas break.
So
then just get back on track.
One of my clients is currently in Bali.
Fantastic.
Celebrating
Hanukkah? It's not Jewish?
Chanukah.
Chanukah.
Celebrating Christmas and New Year's. And he texted me saying, like, he was honestly a bit stressed. You know, how am I going to fit this in? I'm doing your program. I'm trying to be good. And I said,
love the effort from him though.
100%.
For him to be messaging you saying, don't know how I'm going to get my sessions in.
Self-awareness is key, and he has
Christmas,
it.
New Year period.
Yeah.
Great, love that from him.
And I said, hey mate, do what you can. You know yourself well enough. There's a gym there, but he's going to indulge. He's going to eat the good food. He's going to have a good time with family. And I said, once you're back, we're back on track.
Absolutely.
And it's not going to do as much harm as the stress will do.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
100%. Look, there are lots of other things you can do, you know, getting your steps in
Steps
on
in
these
every
days,
day,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Drinking enough water
100%.
and
Electrolytes.
electrolytes. Because if you're well hydrated enough, you tend to be less hungry.
Yeah.
Because sometimes your body craves different types of foods due to the lack of the electrolytes, right?
Yeah.
More salty foods, sweeter foods,
Fatty-
whatever it
fat
is,
foods.
fatty foods. But yeah, there's a list
Another
of things.
thing is-
Yeah,
Getting your protein,
absolutely.
focusing on the turkey, the ham, the Christmas,
pork.
the Christmas protein. Get it all in.
Absolutely.
Because if you eat
and
more
if you
of
front
that-
load it, you're going to be fuller earlier in the meal, aren't you?
If you eat more of that,
Great.
you're not gonna have
Love it.
the freaking.
Gingerbread cookies.
You're not gonna have the gingerbread houses.
The
you-
entire house.
You're not gonna have the little tarts that Mum makes.
Oh, minced tarts.
Minced tarts.
Minced tarts.
You're not gonna have the chocolate mousse, which is the best thing we have at Christmas.
And the custard.
Don't
Don't forget the
custard,
Christmas pudding as
The Christmas.
well.
There's so much good desserts.
You can always make a little bit of room for some Christmas pudding.
There's a little bit, but if
There's
you
a
have
bit of
that
room.
front loading on the protein,
But imagine if I start with Christmas pudding, I'm finishing it.
I'm having
You know what I
all
mean?
of it.
But I agree. But there's lots of things that you can do, but that's how I managed to stay
Yeah.
on track. And I think
Yeah.
being mindful, getting in your activity, still training around
can
the
train-
days that
you
you
can train early in the
because yes,
morning.
it's a busy time of year.
Yeah.
But there's time. You make time. It's a priority. We've been making time.
Yeah.
I don't know how you've made time working in the North Pole, working on Christmas.
Well, I have to get there and I
But-
run.
Yeah, you run.
I actually
You're
slay.
underneath Santa's sleigh.
I slay.
Yeah. Sled.
Slay. Oh, I sled.
Guy slays.
slay.
On to the fact that avoiding the weight gain during the holiday period, New Year's resolutions, a lot of people. I want
Mm.
to get fit and healthy. I want to do my thing. I want to feel great. Whole food diet
Whole food
is something I
diet.
see you've written on here.
I have.
Talk to me about it. Why a whole food diet?
Think about it like
Why a whole
this.
food diet?
Would one ingredient, and this
Mm.
is a question I've got for you, what do you think's more healthy? A one ingredient piece of steak
Hmm.
compared to something in a packet and you look behind and it has 30 ingredients?
Well, it depends. Does it include Red 40?
It does
Because Red
include
40 is my favorite.
Red 40 and
It's
Blue One.
My favorite ingredient.
I absolutely
Not even
hate
color. Red 40 favorite
it.
ingredient.
Favorite ingredient. But do you think that's more healthy
Absolutely.
having one ingredient
Well, I'll tell you right now.
compared to 30
I'll
ingredients?
tell you right now, big boy. One ingredient, it's got to be better for you than 30 ingredients
100%.
at one time.
Can your body break down these 30 ingredients?
Well, it depends on what they are.
It does depend on what they are, but when the ingredient
Is Red 40?
40,
Then no.
No.
That's probably in me forever.
so
Forever. Fortunately, where we live, not going to be doxed.
no doxing.
But they don't make things with Red 40 here.
No.
But there's
But there's
other
other
random
chemicals.
color 955, you know, artificial
These
sweeteners and
acids
stuff like
and-
this. All this stuff, again, we touched on it a bit last week.
Yeah.
If it helps you get to a fitter, healthier, feel better weight,
That's more beneficial.
no issue,
Yeah.
do it. But in general, if you're able to eat a whole food diet, not only is it going to be more filling, is it? It's going to be more filling.
Way more filling.
Your body's going to absorb the nutrients better.
100%.
Your gut health. Oh,
They
don't,
do
don't
say-
get me started.
They do say
On the gut health
all
benefits.
disease begins in the gut. So imagine that.
It's like a second brain, isn't it?
It actually has more serotonin receptors than your brain.
Look at that.
So feed your gut these good things and you'll feel better.
Exactly. Would I want to put a bunch of chemicals that I don't know about
In your
straight
brain?
into my brain? Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely not.
So if it's your second brain, why are you putting in all these shitty ingredients? Not to
That's
swear.
an incredible metaphor. But yes, whole food diet, not only going to help you stay on track, it'll be more filling, but your gut's going to feel good,
Good.
your brain's going to feel good,
Digestion.
you're going to feel good, and it's just going to keep you on track. Look,
100%.
it's that whole thing. You don't have to be extreme, you know. I don't train 7 days a week.
No.
I need a
I don't
little
run a
bit of-
marathon
I
every
need
day.
a little bit of me time and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. But that principle that I love, 80-20, if you do 80% whole foods,
20%
20% be a little bit naughty.
red
You
40.
know, like naughty Santa, you know, you steal someone else's gift. Maybe you steal a cookie off the table. And
you
you
might
eat
have
that.
a cookie.
It might be a cookie. I'm just saying.
It might be a tart.
Maybe a piece of the gingerbread house. Just the door.
Just the door. What, a
But
candy cane?
Little candy cane.
It's not
Take
bad.
it straight off the tree.
It's not bad. These things
But
do
yeah.
taste nice.
It's all about you can have the fun things. You still got to have the fun things, especially
Yeah.
if it keeps you on track.
Mm.
But if you're mindful of trying to keep whole foods, you're just gonna feel better for it, aren't you?
100%.
I think that's great. It'll help you stay on track. We both try to do as much whole food
foods
as possible.
yeah.
And I mean, we feel great.
I feel
Right.
incredible.
I feel great. Now, we're talking about New Year's, you know, New Year's resolutions, that sort of thing. Another thing, New Year's Eve. Australia, lots of festivals going on.
Lots of drinking.
But also, just in general, New Year's Eve, lots of drinking, lots of degeneracy.
Mm.
A lot of degeneracy.
Mm.
What can we do to recover better? Because you're going to indulge. Let's be honest. We both know, we're looking straight at you.
At you.
You.
You're going to indulge.
We know you're going to be a little bit of a
And that's
degenerate.
okay.
'Cause
That's okay.
we are too. Everyone's got a little degenerate.
Little degen inside of
little
them.
Degen. But what can we do to help mitigate that little degenerate monster coming out? I will start and then follow.
Okay.
Follow. Number one, could not put enough emphasis on this with today's page. Electrolytes.
Lots.
Before you start drinking
Yep.
and before you go to bed.
And
Not only that,
in the morning.
next morning as well.
Yeah. Load
Because-
those electrolytes.
Alcohol dehydrates you, flushes out your system. You've got to re-electrolyze.
Rehydrate.
You got to rehydrate. Electrolytes.
Another one would be optimizing sleep.
Is this around the New Year's time or just in general?
This
even?
is in general,
Obviously in general.
but we are on the topic of New Year's.
So specifically around this time.
Specifically, because we know you might stay up a bit later.
It's going to be maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 6 a.m.
It is. But optimizing your sleep, and you can even take into some of the supplements we said before for sleep, just getting in some good sleep.
Especially in the surrounding
Surrounding
days.
days.
Right? We know there's going to be a lot of people at this time of year going to festivals. Sleep, not going to be... Sorry, Asher, the feature from last week, is just having a little run by. We know your sleep is not going to be optimized if you're at a festival or the night of New Year's Eve. But if you can sleep enough leading up to it, and then following, super, super important,
Get that deep restful
gotta get
sleep.
that deep restful sleep. You gotta recover. You gotta suppress that degenerate back inside you. The only way you can do that is sleeping
Sleep.
well enough. Recovering
Everything
from the degeneracy.
Think about it like this. If you get a bad night of sleep, how do you feel?
I'll tell you right now, I feel like a bus ran over me.
But if you get a great night's sleep, the world's your oyster. You can do anything you want.
I feel like I could genuinely do anything when I get a good night's sleep.
Anything. So sleep is, I'd argue, is the number one most important thing in life.
Agreed.
It
And-
honestly is.
Actually, we will get into that. Last thing I will say, especially for everyone going to festivals, New Year's Eve, all that sort of thing. Alcohol, try something low calorie, your vodkas, your tequilas, your gins, stuff like that if you can. Low sugar as well. If you can do low sugar,
You'll avoid the headaches.
You'll avoid the headaches in the morning.
You might get a headache,
It
but it
will.
won't be as bad.
Won't be as
Think
bad.
about when you get that sugar headache in
Yeah.
the morning, all
Yeah.
this sugar.
you won't reap the negative effects of
The
all the
calories.
sugar calories that you
Yeah.
had because you're already getting the alcohol calories. And that way, because the way that alcohol is metabolized and the way that your gut works, you will actually get economically, this is amazing. You will get more drunk more quickly.
You will.
And that's because your body isn't digesting a sugar calorie, an alcohol calorie, a sugar calorie, alcohol. It's just all alcohol.
Just alcohol.
So you could do sugar-free
It's
mixes.
just alcohol.
You could do straight shots. And then also, as we talked about last week, a bit of wine here and there.
I love a
Great.
good
Love a
organic,
bit of
preservative-free wine. Red wine.
Now, to finish it off,
Let's finish it off.
going back into sleep and how important it is, talk to me, because I could not agree more.
Sleep is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you want to talk about optimizing sleep?
Well, absolutely. And I just want to say, if number one on our supplement tier list, if you could put it into a pill, it would be good sleep.
Good sleep.
It has got to be the most performance-enhancing
Oh,
thing.
It would be a PED.
Yeah,
If
if you could
every-
bottle it
if
up and put it into a pill.
Exactly.
If I could put a 100 sleep score in a pill and take it,
it would be
mate,
the best
it would be
thing.
banned.
Some things to optimize your sleep.
Mm-hmm. We covered them earlier.
We covered
Your
supplements,
magnesium.
magnesium,
Your glycine.
glycine, even some L-theanine, as it just helps your body relax.
Again, if you really get into it, you can look at things like apigenin, so on and so forth.
Apigenin.
But yeah, that's the supplement side of things.
Yes. What else you want to do
Mm-hmm.
is have a completely blacked out room.
Also, before bed.
Oh,
don't we?
before
We wanna
bed.
be-
Yeah, I'm literally wearing them.
Sorry.
It
It is
eight.
approaching 8:30.
We
I've
want to
gotta
be
protect myself.
not having these blue light disrupting our circadian rhythm.
Because this is artificially telling my body, hey,
I'm
the
awake.
sun's
Hey,
up.
I'm awake.
But it's telling me the sun's up,
Yeah.
right?
But you want to tell your body and signal to your body that it's time to wind down and get some restful
And
sleep.
relax and recover.
Recover.
Get ready to go out
So-
hunting again tomorrow.
We go hunting.
We go hunting.
So you want to have, if you don't have blue light blockers, just don't use your screens before bed.
Yeah, you don't have to buy these glasses.
You could just not use blue light
But
before
being
bed.
conscious of blue light
Yeah.
before bed.
Read a
and then you
book.
were saying, which goes into this as well, blacked out room.
Blacked out room.
As dark as possible,
As dark
at
as
least.
possible. If you can't do that, invest in a sleep mask.
You have one of those, don't you?
I
Just
do.
a cheeky little eye mask.
And guess what? I can't
Right.
see anything.
You open your eyes, you go, I'm still sleeping.
It's literally nighttime.
It's still nighttime.
So it's really cheap, $30 or something or so for a really
I'm sure
for a
you
good
can get
one.
even
You can get
cheaper,
even
but
cheaper,
yeah.
but if
An eye
you want those
mask.
really good ones, about $30. And
Something I'd like to add on. Eye mask, incredible. I got one of my own after you started using
awesome.
one.
You talk about
Nasal breathing while
nasal
you
breathing
sleep.
and mouth taping.
Mouth tape.
Which
If you know that you are somebody that tends to open their mouth once you fall asleep, but something that I use and I don't require mouth tape, but still gonna probably invest in some.
Yeah.
A nasal strip. If you put a nasal strip over your nose,
Opens up
it
those.
opens up the nostrils. Your oxygen intake through the nose is
Mm.
even better. And if you fall asleep, being conscious of nasal breathing, in and out, likelihood is you're getting enough oxygen through your nose. You're not gonna open that bad boy, let all the spiders crawl in, wake up with a dry throat. No.
So what nasal breathing actually does, and we should be nasal breathing most
Majority of the day.
time.
If you're not talking, you're nasal,
You're nasal breathing or eating. But what nasal breathing does, it allows your body to go into a parasympathetic nervous state, like parasympathetic state.
Which is a very relaxed state.
So that's
correct?
where your body can, relax and digest,
down.
and that's that fight or flight. You're not in that anymore when you're in the parasympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're nasal breathing, you're in that state.
Absolutely. Very important for sleep period.
It is.
Very important.
It is.
So nasal breathing, eye mask, if you can't have a really dark room. So there's supplements you can help with sleep
Yeah.
quality. Also, consistency of your bedtime.
You got to be consistent
Got to be consistent.
of what time you go to sleep and what time you wake up.
Even on weekends, right?
Exactly.
Now you're gonna go out on weekends, you're gonna, again, a little bit of degeneracy here and there, but as much as possible, going to sleep, waking up, same time.
Same time.
On this, I want to mention, and we'll finish it after this,
Oh, our good friend.
very, very good, very
Very.
good friend.
It's like a brother to us.
It really is.
It's a brother I never had.
I'm going to forgive you for that one because this incredible man,
Jonathan.
Johnny, this man,
Very impressed.
I saw him as a pre-Christmas
Yeah.
little catch up. I wear a Garmin, I track my sleep. Some days, I'm very disappointed in myself. Some days I wake up and I'm proud at how well I slept. So proud.
Are you saying this man's always proud?
I'm saying I said, hey bro, if you don't mind, let me have a gaze through your sleep score because he just got a new Garmin.
Were you sitting there like,
When
hey,
I
mate,
tell you, the past 10 days, only one was a sub 90 sleep score.
this guy knows?
Sub 90.
Wow.
I immediately offered him my entire bank account
Wow. I
to
would.
teach me how to sleep like him.
I would.
I said, I want to learn to slumber like you do.
He would.
I
feel
want to
rested.
hibernate for 6 to 8 hours a night like you do. And he
So
said,
what-
I can't take your money. He
Can-
said,
can
he's
I-
a really good guy. He
Can
said,
I
I can't take your
ask,
money.
what were the things he was doing?
Well, I then had a look. We had a look at his Garmin ranges.
Because I'm
Of
intrigued.
his bedtime and his wake up. First of all, this Garmin range thing, it looked like a ladder. Same sleep time, same wake up time, every single day.
Wow. Wow.
It was honestly, it was hard for me to believe.
I think, hey, man.
I looked at him
hey,
and
man,
I said, hey,
you're
buddy.
cheating. You're cheating.
I said, there's no way you're this locked
is
in.
a fallacy.
But let me tell you, he's this locked in. This guy, same bedtime, up as the sun rises,
What
even a little bit
times
before,
were
every
these
single
bedtime
day.
and wake ups?
I can't give away those secrets.
Oh.
He told me, we might have to get him on as
We
the
might have to get him on.
sleep coach.
Sleep
Get him
cast.
sitting right there. He'll look at the people right in the eyes. Tell them how to get the filthiest.
Filthiest.
Yeah, in terms of insanely
Dirty
good,
sleep.
dirty, filthy, gross
Yeah.
sleep in the best way possible. But
The
anyway,
most
he
rejuvenating
was
sleep.
consistent. He
Yeah.
took some of those supplements that we talked
Perfect.
about. And this man, when I tell you, he looked rejuvenated.
Like no
Like
other.
he just had vigor,
so
power.
much.
It was insane, and I'm honestly very impressed. And
So
I
that's
said
something
to him,
that we're gonna strive.
I said
for.
I'm striving for an above 90 sleep score
Yeah.
every single night, and he's inspired me. He's motivated me.
100%. You always want to surround yourself with people that are better than you, and he's definitely better than us at sleeping.
Oh, I'd argue he's the pinnacle,
The pinnacle,
the peak
the
of
peak.
sleep,
On
the
that
king
note,
of sleep. On that note,
it's been an absolute pleasure to sit down with you again, once again.
and once again, a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Even though it's not going to be Christmas when you're watching this, but it's Christmas for us, and we hope you had a beautiful Christmas.
You'll probably be watching this in the new year, and so we wish you a Merry
a
Christmas.
blessed 2025 as well.
And a blessed 2025. Big things are coming.
Yeah. What do you mean by
What do you
that?
mean by that?
Now, you signed us off last week. What's this week's quote?
To finish it off, I'll give you an old adage that I live by.
The nugget of Ben's wisdom.
So, do you remember the person that gave up?
No.
Neither do I. So,
So what you're saying is
don't give up.
Keep going.
Keep going. So,
Keep putting the effort in. Keep doing it all for yourself, right?
100%.
Love it.
Because you're not going to remember the person that gave up. So don't give up. It's been a pleasure. Good stuff.
Done.